Today I'd like to share with you Excel, Microsoft Excel for Mac computers. The first page I'd like to show you here is a sheet out of Microsoft Excel, and we'll be talking about the ribbon, and in particular one tab on that ribbon, the Home tab. Okay, I've just opened it up to the Home tab under this ribbon, and here you have these different features. In this case, you have the cut, copy, and format features, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. In this case, in the cut, you can cut this cell, and after having cut the cell, we can paste it over here, and it will actually remove it. Or we can just copy and make a duplicate of that same cell. Those functions are all right there. Here we have the type of font, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. You can go from Calibri to a number of other fonts that are preferred. Now we can go from there, we can go to the different formats we look at within each font. You can bold it, italicize, or underline it, or all three. You click them to turn them off. And you have others as well, double underline under the underline. Then we have the formats for the actual cells. So each cell we can then outside border on it, or we can put a heavier border on it, a thicker one, or we can change it to a double bottom on the border, like we did over here. We'll just undo that, and we'll undo the others as well. Then we have back up here, we have the font sizes. In this case, our font size is 12, Calibri, and we can move it up to a 16. And I know it shows only 72 here, but you can type, as in this case, we put 200 if we wanted. As you can tell, it's larger than it'll show on the screen on that cell. So let's go back to that cell and turn it back to 12, where we had it. Now, if you want an easier way of increasing or decreasing your fonts, you can just use these two buttons. As you can see, increases it and decreases it back to 12. Going back here again, we can look at the formats for each one of these cells. We can do a no fill, as it is in this case, or we can fill it with a gray, and we can change the font color. In this case, it's red. So now we have a gray with a font of red. Let's do something with each of the data in the cells. We can pick this cell here with Carlone, and we can change it so that the alignment is centered, or to the left, or to the right within the cell. We can also arrange its position in that cell. Let's look at it like this. We can put it in the middle, to the top, to the bottom. In this case, it was back in the middle. And what we'll do is we'll just undo what we just did and bring it back to its original position. We also have a way to change the format, or the way we look at this cell. In this case, we want to change the angle. And this would make great for a presentation, and we'll show that in more detail later. And there are many other features there. There's rotating text up, rotating text down, formatting cell line, vertical text, align clockwise and angle clockwise or counterclockwise. You can take the wrap text. In this case, let's say we have entertainment, and we wanted to put entertainment night. As you can see, it's not fitting, so what we do is we do a wrap text. See how it nicely fits it? And then of course we want to do some edits. We make it change, and we see an entertainment night fitting perfectly in that cell. Let's just undo what we just did there, bring it back to what we had it as. And then we have a merge and center here. It's not highlighted, but it can be used. Let's say we had this, and we wanted this one here, we wanted it into two cells. For formatting purposes, we would then click, as you can see, we can down merge and center. And now we see we merge and center it. At that point, we could highlight it, and you can see it could become a header of information. Let's just undo that. You can see where that become useful. Now let's go to our next section, and in here we have Let's look at this. General for our cells. We have formatting. We have either number format, currency format. In this case, let's say do a currency format. See how nice and easy that is? We also have the quick tab buttons here. We can do the right there, financial. We can do Euro, do other features as well. Let's go back to English United States. We can change it to percent. In this case, it wouldn't be applicable, but you can see the different tabs. We can also increase its accuracy or decrease, and we don't want those trailing zeros. We can remove them entirely. A powerful feature of Excel is its ability to do conditional formatting. As you can see here, I use this, that if my number, my net profit, was positive, it would be in green, and if it were negative, it would be pink. And shown here, if I were to change my expenses to $2,500 for insurance, I would then go into the red, or pink in this case. Let's go back to $250 for insurance and go to the next tab. We have format as table, which I did right here. I just selected one of these and highlighted and selected one of these, and we got ourselves a formatted table. We could also do the cell style. A lot of different things to choose from. We'll do this at another lesson. And this right here, we can do quickly through these buttons. We can insert a column or a row in this case, and delete a row in this case. We were highlighting here. We can highlight this as a row, and you can see that we had a merge feature there. We could go over here. We could do height. See, the height default is 0.56 centimeters, and the column width default is 2.2 centimeters. And you can change that to 5 centimeters, and you can see it automatically changes it. Let's just undo that. And then we go from that to auto sum, which we can do right here. The car loan, and just do an auto sum, and it should select all of these cells. And there it does it automatically. And because it chose in the table 3, which is this table, it will fill in all the cells underneath it, as it did right there and above. You can also do a fill, and a fill we can do right, left, up, and down, and we can do series. This where I did the series here for January of each of the months. I highlight, do the cross on the cursor here, and click and drag, and you can see it fills them in automatically. And I'll just delete those. You also have the clear button, which is self-explanatory, and we have the filter. And that's something that I would do right here in changing this into filter it from A to Z, or sort it from A to Z. So that pretty much covers it, and we'll talk to you again next time. Be sure to subscribe to the SEHQ. Bye now.